The surrounding passengers nodded in agreement, but the flight attendant couldn't stand this first-class vibe from someone in economy and shot back. If you're in economy, don't be so picky. If you've got the bucks, enjoy first class. The experience is like moonwalking compared to economy. It's not just about treating yourself to gourmet food. The cabin crew is whispering sweet nothings. But this woman had no idea. This sky-high ride was about to flip her life upside down. As the plane zoomed towards Snow City, she spotted a crowd waiting for taxi. She wasn't about to waste time waiting for a taxi. She turned her head, saw an ad, and instantly decided to rent a helicopter. After toiling for decades, she was finally ready to embrace the beauty of the world. The helicopter soared, treating her to breathtaking views. The view was so breathtaking she wanted to flee. Half an hour later, she hovered above a 5-star hotel full of VIP. Her grand helicopter arrival turned heads, and the staff rushed to greet the VIP descending from the rooftop like it was a Hollywood premiere. She was momentarily dazed, not used to such royal treatment. Upon entering the hotel lobby, she took in the view. There were all tycoons and industry elites everywhere. To her surprise, she even spotted her own boss. He was on a leisurely vacation with his secretary. Her booked room wasn't ready, and the front desk informed her that only the presidential suite was available. But it was a cool $4,000 a night. People gasped. They all whispered about her presumed grandeur as she delighted in the hotel's indulgent service. She tried to act like the rich and tip the staff, but clueless about how much, she just handed over all her cash. The staff was momentarily stunned, puzzled about her origins, and could only sheepishly accept one bill. She moved to the window, gazing out at the stunning views, reminiscing about her tough past with a heavy heart. Ella had been a sales attendant at a department store, pouring her heart into her work and consistently topping the charts. But over a decade, no raise in sight, and her boss constantly found ways to hassle her. She knew it was classic workplace POA but felt powerless. Just quietly dealing with it, her life was a tight squeeze. While shopping at the store, she always timed her visits for promotions and sometimes entertained wild shopping fantasies. The car her parents left her sat out front, but she wouldn't even splurge on gas, letting it collect dust over time. Biggest hobby was binging on cooking shows, following chefs and mastering recipes, but body image issues loomed like an invisible enemy. Every masterpiece she cooked, she could only admire it from afar, not daring to taste a bite. Her only option was to invite the neighbors' kids to taste her food while she nibbled on sad, bland veggies. Body image anxiety cast a shadow, drowning her in self-doubt. Even though she had feelings for the store's heartthrob, she couldn't muster the courage to show it. She only found excuses to chat with him over buying kitchen utensils, wound up buying all his useless recommendations just to talk a little longer. Just chatting with him made her as happy as winning the lottery. Despite her insecurities, Ella had a big dream. She kept a scrapbook called Possibilities, filled with aspirations for a beautiful life, tasting gourmet meals and staying at luxury hotels. And even marrying her dreamboat. But fate twisted everything without a care. One day, he invited her to dinner after work to thank her for her performance. This surprise threw Ella into a swirl, and as she bent to grab some utensils, Nick rushed her to the hospital. Initially, everyone thought it was a minor concussion, but the doctor picked up on something more sinister. They insisted on a brain scan. What they found was alarming. Ella had a rare case of blue syndrome. To prevent this diagnosis, a second test was done and experts consulted, yielding the same result. This illness is stealthy, showing no symptoms until it's often too late. Looking at Ella's current state. Subtitles. The doctors delivered a cruel and ruthless judgment. Ella was estimated to have only about 3 weeks left to live. She couldn't accept this harsh and merciless reality, and what made her even more desperate was that while the insurance company was quick to collect, they were now finding every excuse not to pay up. Ella was left with just 2 choices. Either scrape together $340,000 for surgery with no success guarantee, or abandon it. Whoever hears this choice feels the weight. It was just too much for Ella to bear. She opened her scrapbook filled with dreams. Each page held her hopes for the future. She had always believed that if she worked hard enough, her dreams could come true, but now they felt like distant mirages. After a long night of pain and inner turmoil, Ella made a fateful decision. The next morning, she stormed into work with purpose. Striding purposefully, she dove into her boss's office, ready to do what everyone dreamed of, but lacked the guts to attempt. Before she could say a word, her boss arrogantly picked up the phone, acting like she was invisible. He didn't even look up until finishing. All of Ella's pent-up frustration erupted in an instant. As the top performer on the sales floor, Last promotion, she made a scene, misread as a raise demand. Her boss filed a raise and promotion, but for Ella now, there's nothing but a joke. As Ella was leaving the department store, her heart brushed out, looking genuinely remorseful. He pulls out 2 game tickets, eagerly inviting her to join him. It was clear Nick had feelings for Ella too. Ella knew her time was short and didn't want to waste Nick's time. Having tasted the bitterness of lost hopes, she didn't want to leave him with unrealistic expectations, so she steeled herself and declined. Life is just full of these ironies. Carrying a heart full of love yet buried in self-doubt, even getting close felt like a risk. Only when on the edge of farewell did she realize she was loved in return.